I thought it might be helpful to take a pause and talk about how stats work in this game because for Path of Exile players, we got 3 stats. It's very simple and streamlined. And in this game, there's a lot of stats, and it might seem overwhelming when you first start the game. So I just wanted to sort of simplify how you're looking at these attributes so that you're not overwhelmed, so you know exactly what you're spending your attributes on, because this is something that we don't have a way to respec yet. And so before you start clicking buttons here, it's important to understand what those buttons mean for your character, right? To change the build of your character is to create a new character and start attributes like we have here. Here's a simple way of looking at it. 4 of these stats do the same thing. Strength, dexterity, intelligence, faith are fundamentally just damage stats for your build. If you're putting points in one of those, it means I want to build a character for strength, I want to build a dexterity character, I want to build an intelligence character, I want to build a faith character. So that's an easy way to just take 4 of these and say, okay, that's about damage. We don't need to think about them again. Health is obvious. You increase your health, you get hit points. Stamina, maybe less obvious, but as soon as you start playing, you notice that there's this bar that keeps draining and then refilling. Stamina. How many actions can I take before I need to give my character a moment to breathe? Attacking, dodging, blocking. These are the things that matter for stamina. If you like to be mobile, if you like to do many things before having to take a breath, take a step back, or roll, and assess the situation, you're investing points in stamina. And then we jump down to focus. Now, focus is another game mechanic that is unique to No Rest for the Wicked. This allows you to increase the amount of bars you have for your focus. You're spending that on things like bows, magic, ruins. That's what we're talking about when we look at focus. Finally, equip load. This is something you encounter pretty early in the game because as you throw gear on, you notice that your gear weight is influencing what kind of movement your character can do for dodging. With each progressively heavier weight class, your character has access to different dodges. So that's it. What kind of character do I want to build? Strength-based, dexterity-based, intelligence, faith. From there, you can invest in health, most likely. If you're a Diablo 2 player, everything goes into, is it vitality? And then you kind of spread out your points based on your gear. This game, likely, you're going to be dumping into health, dumping into your main stat, and then if there's something like, perhaps if you're an intelligence-based character, you probably want some focus, or a range-based character, that's where you're going to be putting those points as well. Damage, maybe not so important when you can simply kite your enemies. That's a brief overview of the attribute points. Hopefully that helps you get started and maybe saves you the pain of not being able to respec at this point in early access. I would imagine that they will create some mechanic that will allow us to respec. It's like a Path of Exile respec, which costs a lot of in-game currency, or whether it's something as simple as, completing quests like Diablo 2. We're going to see which way the developers go, and if they don't give us available respec, then it is really about just building many characters. Each character is a dedicated class, and I think that's a totally reasonable way to go.